in our type of a country, peculiar type of a country which we live now. So somebody somewhere should be able to help. And people are shouting, people are crying, people are writing, people are all over the world. The world is one village now. So you don't wake up and start annihilating people. The only thing we say is that whether there's a Trump or there's no Trump, there are laws. Nigeria has an airspace. Before you come to our airspace, you should be able to take permission. It should be approved by whoever is in charge. But nobody is talking even the more important matter. Where are United Nations? Biafra was here from 1967 to 1970. 3 years pogrom. 3 million people were quoted to have been dead at the time. Our fathers were part of this story. Nothing happened until a particular point in time. So that's what I'm talking about. And these problems are caused by humanity, by human beings. If you leave it like that, another program will start in Nigeria, another carnage that will even take more people. Even that natural resource you want to protect, you don't want to protect it. How can a man in the dream come and protect his oil, and protect his gas, protect his cassava, his yam? He's in the grave. How possible is he going to be? So it's better that we stop the war, the unnecessary war, the unprovoked war. Unprovoked because I've not seen anybody have offended any tribe collectively in Nigeria. What did the Benue people do? They are Christians. What did the Igbo man do? Christians. The Yoruba man do? Christians. Even our Sama is a Christian. In his religion, is a Christian. So if you are killing everybody for the sake of worshiping a wrong God that does not exist, then you are going to kill everybody. And if everybody is killed, what will happen to Nigeria? You leave alone and start governing the grasses? You are talking democracy. Democracy. You are not talking about human beings make up democracy. Without human beings, there is no democracy anywhere. Nobody rules a group of goat or a group of biotas in the sea and say they are democracy. Let us go and start reading the fish in the ocean, the sharks, the crayfish. Does it work? Let reason prevail. Let understanding prevail. The people you are killing, they are not in charge of oil, they are not in charge of bauxite, they are not in charge of bitumen, they are not in charge of rubber, they are not in charge of cassava. So what is their own actually?
In the studio with us today is Mr. Alphonsus Iheanacho, popularly known as Encyclopedia. Thank you so much, sir, for coming to the studio today.
Thank you.
Okay. On October 31st, 2025, President Trump announced Nigeria as a country with particular concern. And then on November, he went further, November, to tweet this. November 1st, 2025, 1:43 p.m. He tweeted this on Twitter. So let me read this from Donald Trump's page. Now, he said, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country. Guns are blazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I will hereby instruct our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet. Just like the terrorist thugs attacked our cherished Christian. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast. So this tweet that we are talking about has aroused a lot of thought, especially you Nigerians talking about this, and a lot of people are talking about this. But what do you think? Like US invading our nation, what do you think about this?
Thank you. Before the issue of invasion, something prompted the issue of somebody somewhere thinking of invading a sovereign, independent nation, the biggest nation in Africa, Nigeria. Now, I think that reaction was impinged by the anomic proportion for which this killing of human beings in Nigeria, Christians in particular. And if somebody somewhere decides to say, okay, this very particular atrocity has to be quelled. I think a school of thought will look into it from very phlegmatic philosophical angle. Trump may have made such comments, he may have tweeted, but again, let us even ask, the people that are committing this mayhem, this pogrom, this killing, this manslaughter, this criminality, are they also interested in stopping? Because there's going to be a balance of terror. My brother, if you continue to kill people all over the places for reasons that are so frivolous as religion, who they worship, where they worship, you are not the owner of the world. You didn't create the world. You didn't build one yourself. Why are you angry with people or whatever they worship? One side. In another area, we look at a situation where this is escalating by the day. And people that are in the tragic melodrama, they are not trying to retract. They are trying to even heighten their power to show that they can't do us anything. Well, someone somewhere can do something. But as a sovereign nation, there are diplomatic issues attached to this. Nigeria is a nation, is an independent nation, is a sovereign nation. You don't invade Nigeria anyhow. Just like Nigeria cannot invade somebody somewhere anyhow. But there may be a situation of war where there's going to be a balance of terror. Fight me, I fight you. Like Jonathan Shell wrote in his book, Disarmament. He said, no general, guided by all reasonableness, will take his bomb and they cast onto the island, being ruled by another general. And he will now go home and rejoice, guided by the level of reasonableness, and then the other general will go home and sleep. There are going to be a reprisal attack. And when a reprisal attack comes, what will happen is that there will be a total pogrom, there will be a total war, there will be a carnage. Now, people will now wait until the two big nations or big tribes are killing themselves. Before somebody come and say, okay, let us go and give them relief. Let us go and stop it. Why not put an end to it right now? So much as Nigeria is an independent nation, the killing, the mass killing, the unprovoked mass killing of Christians in Nigeria has to be abated, has to stop, has to put an end to it. Whether the Nigeria government is ready for it or not, that's another kettle of fish entirely. But if it comes on the precipice of being a Christian and a Muslim, Christians and Muslims have been living together for a long time, since as much as I know, way back in 1805, when these people came to Nigeria and established the first Islamic school somewhere in Borno State.
Which people?
The Fulani Islamic religion.
Okay.
Yes, in the days of Ottoman and Fodio. So, if you go there, you discover that since that time till now, they have been at the leading edge of fighting, of killing, or determining this and that. So, the truth is that it cannot be left untouched because the world is now it's a very singular community. So, people are going to react. People are affected. No nation is alone. The nation is an intertwinement of so many people all over the world. Anybody can be touched in the course of this program, and someone will pay the ultimate price. So before anything happens to us, let us find a way to ameliorate this situation right now before a Trump action begins to work. Because Trump is a man that says things and he go for it headlong, especially in this type of a matter.
Okay, something else again, because I've listened to news and I've heard a lot of people talking about the killing in places like Jos. Like they've had record of a lot of people who have died in this killing, and most of the killings are Christians. But now we have Nigerians who are coming in, because from the first reading I did, Trump was particular, saying that the killing of Christians, and these people are coming up that that there's nothing like Christian genocide, because the reason why they say there's nothing like Christian genocide is because they said even some Muslims are dying too. But can we take this and said, okay, this is not a genocide, or this thing is for everybody? Because they don't want it to paint like it's Christians that they are focusing on mostly, but it's Christians that are actually dying more.
Yeah, the truth is this. The target from day one, if you read the script, the record from the killing. We're in the media, so we understand things. The truth is that in the course of killing, let us look at it this way. If you want to bring down a very big tree, you want to bring it down. Birds, insects, animals of different types, snake, squirrel, all of them are living on top of that very particular tree. By the time you bring the tree down, everything that is habiting on that tree is also at a wit's end. Is going to be into a problem. In the course of killing the Christian, because there is no parameter through which you separate a Christian from a Muslim.
Yeah.
Okay, three Christians can be discussing. Eventually, a Muslim may walk into their midst. They bomb or they gun or they shoot at whoever you're killing. The manslaughter will now come and say, oh, please, you're a Christian. Wait, you're a Muslim. Okay, Mr. Man, get out. Let me first of all kill the Christian before you. Yeah. In the course of killing them, you kill everybody together. So where there are 10 Christians that have died, there will be 3 Muslims that have also died. Right. The capital description of that action means that you are killing human being. Let us forget about the nomenclature of Christian and the Muslim. You are killing human beings. But for Christ's sake, let us now ask, is there any country, any nation on earth known to man in history that there is a permission to start killing people? The answer is no. So if you are killing Muslims, you are killing Christians, you are killing human beings. That's what is important. Because it's genocide. It's a fratricidal war. And so, if there is such a war and people are being killed, in the course of things, a lot of more people are going to be killed, and they have been killing at least in the last 7 to 8, 9 years, since 2015, 2016, where the Boko Haram insurrection came from nowhere for a particular reason that is merely political. So what we are saying here is that whatever you are killing a human being. And killing human beings is against the law of an independent sovereign nation, such as Nigeria and anywhere in the world. You can't just take over. In the days of, the Pakistani war, the Hezbollah, we've seen them, they have fought wars with the Israelis. On both sides of this fight, people are dying. There are human beings dying, not just people, but human beings are dying. So, is there any place you are going to say, because these people, they are llama or they are goat, they should die, but human beings don't die? No. Even if you are killing animals, like in Europe, or in America, if you kill animal anyhow, you pay for it. Definitely you pay for it because there are laws guiding them.
Much more human.
Much human beings. So what we are saying is that stop the killing of human beings for whatever reason you are tendering. Those reasons are insensitive to those of us who know. We know that to kill human beings is against the law. Even the maker of the world has said, don't kill a fellow human being. Don't kill human being. We are talking of God, or even if you are calling Allah. The same Allah says, don't kill people. There's no religion on earth that has started from the days of Ishmael, where the Islamic religion took its root, down to the days of Esau and Jacob, down to the days of Noah, down to the days of the Christianization of Africa, starting from Roman Catholic Church, in about 607 BC. 607 BC we are talking about. 266 popes from that time till now. Don't count bishops, monsignor, cardinals, don't count them. They are all part of what we are talking about. And they have fellowship all over the world. Their followings are too many. Catholic alone has 1.3 billion people all over the world. That is the single biggest religious organization. So by the time you are killing Catholics, and the Catholic now unite as a Christendom, we call them as a Christendom, and they are armed 1.3 billion people, 1,300,000,000 to go and fight whoever is killing the Christians. I don't think the world will be in pieces. That's what is true. So in order to avert this level of religionistic killing, denominational killing, you love God, God doesn't love you, this and that, we must understand that if these forces join together and they are fighting in like manner, the way they are being killed, I mean, they are retaliating or even defending themselves or self-defense, I wonder what the world will look like. It's going to be total genocide. It's going to be total annihilation of the human race. So the earlier, the better. That's what I think.
Okay, sir, I want to ask this question now. Do you think, based on the fact that there's an excessive killing of the Christians in Nigeria, do you think is enough for the foreigners, especially the US, to invade? Or don't you think that the government in this country should be able to handle it. Do you think it's right for the US or foreigners to invade in this case?
It doesn't grant anybody right of invasion, whatever the reason. But the truth is, people have looked, people are sleeping, we are like in a slumber, while the goat that gives birth to rams are being killed, are being slaughtered. What are their reasons? Like I said before, there is no reason whatsoever anybody will give for killing the next man on the street for whatever reason, no matter how insensitive and how useless it is. Therefore, the issue of Nigeria has gone beyond the politics. People call it politics. I don't call it politics. I call it we have left politicization, and we are now in another realm that does not exist, where human beings are being taken like animals. For example, here is a Nigeria, one of the richest countries on earth. But Nigeria currently is living on on top of food basket, and they're dying of hunger. Nigeria currently has one of the biggest water network in the world. We are buying water to drink, except someone that's not in the township, even in the villages. So the Nigeria issue has come to albatross level, and that's why people wake up from somewhere, being ruled by humanity, and said, "No, this cannot continue." And if we don't do anything, wake up one day and there will be war. And if there's war and there are 200 million people that are refugees, my moderator, imagine 200 million people carrying their gas, their casket, their children, tie some of the back, like in the days of war, First and Second World War, even the Biafra War, even the Korean War of 1953. You will discover that where are they going to run to? To Benin, to Togo, to US, to America. There's no war now. Most Nigerians have left the country. And that now envision when there is a total program, like in the days of Biafra War, from 1966 to 1970. People should go and check. On official record, we are told that 3 million people were killed during the war, the Biafra War. Yet to confirm. But the point is, if this nation goes into this situation, where are they going to run to? That means we are going to impose problems to the US, to all the 54 nations of Europe, to all the 39 nations of North, Central America, and the Caribbean, the CONCACAF. You can see the problem. Given the economic gray climate worldwide. Therefore, I think something has to be decidedly done by the federal government. But the federal government is an offshoot of a lot of people who are benefiting from the mayhem that's going on. A lot of people are benefiting from it. If you are not benefiting from it, why are they interested in saying that don't allow them to continue? Should we continue to allow people killing people on the street? That's not right. Therefore, before anybody is wounded, before we begin to talk about diplomatism, before we begin to talk about Trump is right, Trump is wrong, let us also put our house in order. We have a government into place. It's a duty of the government to say, let enough be enough, and bring out checks and balances, no matter which ox is God. Because I know that's where the problem is. And that is what we are saying. So, we don't say Trump will come, Trump will go. We are saying that let us stop what will invite the Trumps of this world. Because tomorrow, Vladimir Putin of Russia may wake up and say, no, I won't take this. And you are not challenging him. In the days of Benito Mussolini, let us talk about the Second World War. In the days of Benito Mussolini, that the ruler of Italy or Rome at the time, during the war, the Hitler War, Hitler came up and started sharing some issues. I go to history books and the information available to us. Those of us that are in information technology. We saw what Hitler was doing. And then, Winston Churchill, the ruler of the United Kingdom at the time, 1945, now said that, okay, we will not agree to this. But because he was like sleeping on it, I'm very sorry to use that language, sleeping on it, then Neville Chamberlain became Prime Minister in the UK. And he now wrote a letter, September 13, 1939, I can recollect it very well. He says, if as at 0200 hours British time, that the bombing of Poland continues, the British will declare war as at that very hour. That's the Prime Minister who come to the office. There's no time to waste. And it became an issue. And before you say Jack Robinson, the Second World War was put in place. And before the end of 1945, well, we heard that Hitler committed suicide or whatever happened to him. But he wasn't there again to continue to say, as far as I'm living, there must be no peace in the world. That's what it is. So if anybody says, as far as I'm living, there must be no peace in Nigeria, well, it has to be looked at the second time. If Nigeria cannot look at it, somebody somewhere will look at it. Because you are sharing a human community. And Nigeria, with its cardinal benefits, endowments, oil, human capital, is at the forefront of need from so many nations. After all, the man that manufactured the fastest computer all over the world, Philip Emeke Magbali, an Igbo man, is in the US. He was able to develop a device for which he reduces the consumption of fuel in any machine at 3%. Philip Emeka Magbali. He said he was able to configure 3 billion units per second in order to be able to achieve that. You can imagine that level of research and intelligence. Nobody's talking about him. Those who are actually in line with us in the area of books, in the area of research, I'm a researcher, then she will find out Philip Emeka Emeagwali, he was able to do that. Suppose you have killed him with a bomb in the name of Boko Haram, in the name of calisthenics, when he was a child. How can he not manufacture this? This is why the waste of human capital is an issue. Because most countries that are developed all over the world, those things are built by human beings. Look at the recent drone. You can see the recent drone. You can see people doing so many wonderful things right now. And you want to kill them. You want to end them at their embryonic stage. That means you are killing not only human beings, you are killing talent, you are killing wealth, you are killing regeneration, you are killing innovation, you are killing intelligence, you are killing creativity.
Like
name them.
Killing the future.
Killing the future. Making those things non-existence. Nigeria cannot develop if you continue to waste the human capital. Because it is not animals that come out from the jungle to come and build a computer. They're not the ones doing the road drone. They're not the ones that are winning Olympic gold medal. If I kill Choma Jungwa, the only and the first gold medal in Olympics since 1896 in Nigeria. A Nigerian in Africa. If I kill the Rashid Yekini, what will happen? Even though it's late. So these are things we are talking about. There are so many human capital that are beneficial to Nigeria, to the entire world. If I kill the Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, 1009 goals, one of the greatest of all time. If I kill the Pelé, for whatever reason, okay. Aureli was okay in the wish of Botafogo in Brazil. You can't kill him. You wouldn't have had Pelé that set up the Cristiano Ronaldo Messi era we are enjoying now. Therefore, anybody who is in the business of killing for whatever reason should please sheath that person's sword, because there are so many Trumps who may wake up tomorrow and say we will not agree, and it becomes a problem.
Now, do you know why it's becoming a little bit challenging? Is because they feel that they are foreign countries. So on a good day, we should be able to handle this by ourselves. They should not be able to invade because they are foreigners. It's just like, for example, now, a family trying to invade to another family because there's a chaos. So so some people, based on their own perception and understanding, they feel that Trump coming into this matter to invade is for a particular agenda. Yeah. Are you getting it now? Yes, for a particular agenda. But to me, I feel that whatever agenda, what agenda will be as dangerous as the one that we are facing now that is killing a lot of people? Do you understand? If at all, there will be an agenda for him. Probably, they say that he has an interior motive. That Americans, they have a lot of records of them invading other countries, and those countries that they invade, at the end of the day, they usually have one or two issues because the Americans are invaded. So they say there have not been any country that American invade, and at the end of the day, they are the same level that they are. There are one or two things must.
Yes. Let's mention some of those countries. whereby they said America has invaded
America,
before,
yeah.
and it has not been the way. One of it is the killing of Gaddafi in Libya. So Gaddafi, when Gaddafi was there, Libya was enjoyed. There were so many things. There were no homeless people in Libya. Like, there was so many infrastructure being put in place, employment and all of those stuff. So when America took out Gaddafi, one of the things that happened was Libya became one of the worst. Libya became one of the worst country. Like, the killings and everything. What they even took him out for became rampant in the country. Like, a lot of people are raising up from different parts and causing chaos. Currently, Libya is not a safe place. So people are looking at it from this view, that if they invade Nigeria, mentioning these countries that America has invaded before, and these countries are not what they used to be, they became worse than what they are currently. If they invade Nigeria and carry out this, which they want to do, that Nigeria will be worst. That is the point of view that a lot of people are looking at it from. And he mentioned something, talking about, again, that is one, that Nigeria will not remain the same. Nigeria will become worst after the invasion. Number two, this is another fear again from the people, that Nigeria is a country with a lot of natural resources. So they have this notion that if Nigeria is invaded, that they are coming for an agenda. But what agenda is worse than this life that are taken?
Yeah, we'll take it from there. Right away, let us talk about it. Let me say something here. The doctors tell us that a desperate disease needs a desperate cure. There's something we call political osmotic pressure, where in the normal osmosis, for science students, you will see that it is a process through which the stronger solution takes over, weakens the weaker solution through the hairs. What we are saying here that if you stay, remember you are not alone. You are a member of United Nations Assembly. You are a member of FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization. You are a member of UNICEF, United Nations International Children Emergency Fund. You are a member of Nigerian the World Labour Organization, ILO, International Labour Organization, ILO. You are a member of FIFA for the football. You are a member of Olympics, which makes you an affiliation or an affiliate of these very international global bodies. Therefore, nobody is alone. Whatever you do, whatever you perpetrate, also resonates in all those organizations. We are even happy, we are even lucky that we have the policeman of the world, talking about the US. After all, how was the First and Second World War started? The First War started in 1914 when the heir apparent of the Austro-Hungarian Empire was killed, Franz Ferdinand. And there was World War for killing just a child who was coming back from school. Franz Ferdinand in 1914. The First World War started. The Second World War started because a particular Hitler, who says, I have the strongest army in the world. He was ruling Germany at the time. The Nazi Germany, they called them. And then he started to start bomb the Poland, and I quote, after 2 weeks massive bombardment, after 2 weeks unabated massive bombardment, Warsaw saw war, and Warsaw was no more. Warsaw was the capital of Poland. It's the capital of Poland right now. And it became an issue. So many big men, that is presidents and rulers of the time, joined Hitler. Benito Mussolini in Rome. He bombed Tunisia at the time. And they said, no, we can't wait for this. If you allow this man, he will just annihilate the world. They ganged up together and they were able to get Hitler off the line. And the war ended right there in 1945. And what happened, like we are talking about the danger of all these moves, that the German cannot drink water. Beer becomes water in Germany. Yes, a lot of people don't know. Beer became water in Germany because all the water were adulterated by America's nuclear bomb. The bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki on August 6, 1945, and another one on August 8, 1945, for which 3.3 million people were killed on the first day and the second way. And the American president, Steve Trotman, he said, we will continue to use this nuclear bomb, and Japan will no longer make war. And since that time, Japan have not made war. Steve Trotman, that the president of America in 1945. So what we're talking about here, we're talking about things that have taken place in the past. I wonder, or do I know whether any other person is reading through the line, has seen this opportunity to understand that these things have happened before, and people did not fold their arms just because in the current country. Then in the issue of it's going to be worse than before. Before I talk about wars, let human beings exist in that particular space. If there's no human being, how do you identify what is war and what is not wars? It was because human being lived. If human being died and annihilated like in the desert, or become a desert, it become a desolation, how do you mention what is going to be and what's not going to be? So what we are saying that in order to avert all these troubles, can those who are doing whatever they are doing stop doing them to human lives? Children, you need to see where they slaughter. You see the videos. Pregnant women. Are they also against anybody, even the unborn child in the belly, in the stomach? Are they also worshiping against anybody? So what we are saying that is troublemaking, and the troublemaking should be stopped by troublemakers who knows how to shoot trouble. And that's why I think somebody like Trump or some people like Trump are thinking otherwise. I didn't think that Trump, out of elbows, woke up one morning and say, okay, let us go and bomb Nigeria. Let us go and check people. They must be taking their account down the way we are taking here. But because we are helpless in our type of a country, peculiar type of a country which we live now. So somebody somewhere should be able to help. And people are shouting, people are crying, people are writing, people are all over the world. The world is one village now. So you don't wake up and start annihilating people. The only thing we say is that whether there's a Trump or there's no Trump, there are laws. Nigeria has an airspace. Before you come to our airspace, you should be able to take permission. Should be approved by whoever is in charge. But nobody is talking even the more important matter. Where are United Nations? Biafra was here from 1967 to 1970. 3 years pogrom. 3 million people were quoted to have been dead at the time. Our fathers were part of this story. Nothing happened until a particular point in time. So that's what we're talking about. And these problems are caused by humanity, by human beings. If you leave it like that, another pogrom will start in Nigeria, another carnage. That will even take more people. Even that are natural resource you want to protect. You don't want to protect it. How can a man in the dream come and protect his oil, and protect his gas, protect his cassava, his yam? He's in the grave. How possible is he going to be? So it's better that we stop the war, the unnecessary war, the unprovoked war. Unprovoked because I've not seen anybody have offended any tribe collectively in Nigeria. What did the Benue people do? They are Christians. What did the Igbo man do? Christians. Yoruba man do? Christians. Even Hausa man is a Christian. In his religion, is a Christian. So if you are killing everybody for the sake of worshiping a wrong God that does not exist, then you are going to kill everybody. And if everybody is killed, what will happen to Nigeria? You leave alone and start governing the grasses? They are talking democracy. Democracy. You are not talking about human beings make up democracy. Without human beings, there's no democracy anywhere. Nobody rules a group of goat or a group of biotas in the sea and say they are democracy. Let us go and start ruling the fish in the ocean, the sharks, the crayfish. Does it work? Let reason prevail. Let understanding prevail. The people you are killing, they are not in charge of oil, they are not in charge of bauxite, they are not in charge of bitumen, they are not in charge of rubber, they are not in charge of cassava. So what is their own actually? Let us begin to understand that the killing of humanity in whatever is known to man does not exist and does not go well, and is not right in any calculation made by anybody. That's what I think is possible.